Hi. So he's finally talked me into doing what he's been nagging me to do for ages. I'm going to make some biscuits using our lovely honey. So this is the honey that we give people, and then I have my personal honey jar. Thank you, Christy. Nobody touched my honey. Sorry, that's an inside family joke. Okay, so our honey is really, really thick and rich, but it doesn't have that nasty after effect in the back of your throat when you eat it. It's beautiful. We've got thousands of bees out in our garden busily making honey, so love them. All right, we're going to start by melting some butter. I need 175 grams of it, 170, somewhere around there. Let's see how well I can do today. I'm pretty careful when I do baking. The rest of the time it's, yeah, close enough is near enough. But when it comes to baking, I'm a bit more scientific and accurate because I don't want to spoil the results. Oh, not very good at this, am I? Just under 150. What did I say? 170. $173. Yep, that's will do me. Plus, okay. I'm just going to melt this in the microwave. As it's quite cool today, it took a minute to melt that butter. Make sure I get all of that out. Now into that butter I am going to put a cup of caster sugar. I have something really interesting to show you. Not about the cup of caster sugar, we've all seen that before. Yeah, that's not exciting. In this recipe it says use a pinch of salt, right? So me, being a very literal person at times, just go, oh, okay, I'll get a pinch of salt. So that's a pinch of salt, okay? I don't know if you can see how much that is. I found this collection of spoons. So we have a drop, smidgen, pinch, a tad and a dash. So the smallest of those being the smidge. All right, so that's my pinch and that's their pinch. And you can see it's about double the size that I would use. So I'm going to go with their pinch. Oops. It's a very fiddly little spoon. All right. Right. Pinch of salt. There we go. Now we need some cinnamon, ground cinnamon. Being Dutch, I have to use Dutch ground cinnamon. That's the sensible thing to do. Now they said 1/4 teaspoon. I have never in my life measured something that's 1/4 teaspoon, and I'm probably going to be overly generous because I love cinnamon. When it comes to vanilla extract, I use different ones. So I'll use a paste, just your straight extracts. This one's a Madagascar, it's a pure extract. So because I'm being a bit fancy schmancy with these biscuits, I really want the honey to shine, and it will, even in spite of the vanilla extract. I'm going to grab a teaspoon of this Madagascar one. And then we pop in the honey. So we've got 1/4 cup here of our gorgeous honey. And because it's cold today, it's sort of a bit thick. The honey, on how runny it is and the flavour and all that, all really depends on the season, what the bees have been doing, where they've been going to find their honey. They can travel up to 6K from home to find sources for the honey, so don't waste it. It depends on what flowers are available, what pollen's available, nectar, etc. Before they, depending on the flavour. So this lot here is our second lot of honey, and I think, to me, this one's a bit more floral. I don't know why, but we're in autumn now, so the production should start slowing down. Today it's quite fresh outside, and I went outside and couldn't see a single bee. So if it's really cold, they don't bother coming out, which is, you know, they're entitled. They work hard. It's really good going in there and watching them. Okay, so I've done that. Now I need an egg. Excuse me, chicken. I keep all my eggshells because we grind it and give it back to the chickens, who are nice enough to give us their eggs. Now this is going to be a really runny mix and sticky, so it has to go in the refrigerator for a bit before I start rolling them out. So these start off these biscuits start off as round balls and then spread as they cook. I don't know if you can see, just a beautiful lush looking mix here. We'll pop in some flour. Oh, I did forget to grate the flour. Okay, 2 1/4 cup. So, one, I'll get that going first before I add the next one. This is very relaxing, very therapeutic. I do like cooking. You know I'm having a bad day if I'm making vegetable soup, lots of chopping to do. It's always a good indication, but seeing as Eugene loves eating soup, it's never really an issue. It's great because I always make up huge pots and then freeze it. I even started giving Dad some lately, if it's the kind of soup Mum doesn't make. Every time people talk about my mother's homemade soup, it's chicken soup. So, and her chicken soup is totally different to my grandmother's chicken soup. The other side of the family though. Come on, lumps. They say you don't need to sift anymore because the processes these days really mean that you don't need to sift the flour because of lumps. I'm not talking about air, I'm talking lumps. This one's not great, lump-wise. 2. Okay, last lot. Now, this has to sit in the fridge. Last time I made these, I put it in the fridge for an hour and it was rock hard and I hated it. So I'm only going to pop it in the fridge for half an hour this time. I think it'll be enough to firm it up enough to cut or to ball up. And then we'll have this amazing honey baking smell in the kitchen. So yesterday I made passion fruit pulp, which I tried to record but forgot to put sound on. Very clever move. So next time I have enough passion fruit, I will be making some more because it is such a simple thing to do and the taste is incredible. So if you know anyone who has passion fruit growing in their garden, suck up, make sure they donate. I think you need roughly 15 good-sized passion fruit. I don't mean enormous, but just good-sized ones. Okay, so this is all good to go. It's together. And that's going to go in the fridge. I'm just going to pop a clean tea towel over it. Don't want to waste plastic. Okay, pop that in the fridge and we'll wait for half an hour. So the biscuit dough is firm, not rock hard. I can still push it and it moves, which is what you want. So I'm going to plonk it out of the bowl because I find it easier to work with if I do that. I have my trusty scraper. I like this one. Makes life so much easier. Oh, it might have been in just a little too long, but coming out of the bowl it'll warm up and move again soon. Yeah, now it's going. Oh, there we go. Oh, you come out and I'll scrape the rest out. Now, some people wear gloves, some people flour their hands. I don't like to do either when it comes to biscuit rolling because if I wear gloves, it sticks to it, which is very frustrating. And if I flour my hands, the biscuits end up too tough. When you put them on the tray, leave them plenty of room to spread. These really do. Now, these honey biscuits are very soft when you cook them. They harden on setting. The darker brown, the crisper the cookie. If they go soft while you're storing them, you can always pop them in the oven for a few minutes and then let them cool again and they'll be crisp again. But they're just yummy. They make an excellent ice cream sandwich. You can put a filling between them and turn them into like a yo-yo. Use some passion fruit pulp. If only someone had shown you how. I'm so sorry about that yesterday. I did try to record it and there was no sound, so oops. There's no precise measurement. You can see they're all, well, they're ball shaped. They're different sizes. My father sat there the last time and said, oh, can I take the biggest? So I'm popping in a few big ones in case they turn up for afternoon tea. And another good thing that you can do with the passion fruit pulp is scones. So I do the lemonade scone version. If anyone wants to know how that works, let me know and I'll do a session for you on that. I really will try and gather some more passion fruit so I can try and show you again. It is so worth it. You just need to, because I had so many passion fruit, I ended up doing 3 times the amount and ended up using a dozen egg yolks. But you can't get any better than fresh eggs. So they are sitting in the fridge and I'm going to do some scones and see if anyone would like to try the passion fruit curd with it. If you have too many of these biscuits and you want to keep it, you can freeze them as balls and then cover them so they don't get freezer burn, cover them well, and then pop them out in the oven when you've got someone coming. The house smells amazing and they don't have to know how easy these biscuits are to make. The last time I made them, I doubled the amount and I stood here forever rolling out biscuits. So do yourself a favour and do one batch at a time, unless you're making them as gifts. If you've got something like, I know in some parts of the world they do things like friendship days or secretary days or things like that, or just even as a thank you to someone or thinking of you, drop a little bag of these with a little card on their doorstep, just so they know you're thinking of them. It doesn't take much effort and it means a lot to some people. If you've got a neighbour who doesn't get as many visitors, or someone who's convalescing or something, little touches like that make a big difference. So, all right, I'm going to keep rolling just to finish these 2 trays, and then the rest I'm going to pop in a bag and I might roll them later because I am not feeling like rolling another 2 trays. I didn't realise I made that many. No wonder 2 lots made me tired. I am supposed to be going to a meditation class tomorrow night, so I might have to take some honey biscuits, I think, for the people there. Okay, here we go. These are going to go into the oven for about 15 minutes. Leave them till, now if you like a nice soft biscuit, leave them till they're pale golden. If you like a crisper biscuit, a little bit of brown on them, doesn't hurt, and then you've got the biscuit you want. All right, let's see what happens. Popping these in the oven. Okay, so I've just grabbed the honey biscuits out of the oven, and as you can see, they're very soft. Leave them to cool on the tray for a little while, only because I moved them too soon last time and I ended up with some little, I don't know, gully traps or something. These look a little bit like ginger snaps in the way that they've spread, but I'll test a damaged one just because I want to spare someone else. So you can see it's really soft. These will be nice and crisp because they're a bit browner. The outside's crunchy, the inside's soft, which is pretty much what they're like when they cool down. If you would like the recipe, trust me to put food in my mouth. If you'd like the recipe, drop me a line. Happy to do that. If you like it, let me know. Please subscribe to the channel and keep following his lordship and his wackiness. And see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.